Just when you thought they were out of the spotlight, boom, they came back stronger than ever. 2025 has been the year of epic comebacks, with celebrities reclaiming their fame, reinventing their image, and proving the haters wrong. In this video, we're spotlighting the stars who rose from setbacks, silence, or scandal, and made a comeback so bold, the world couldn't ignore it. Before we jump into these redemption arcs and career resurrections, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're always up to date on the biggest moments in fame, fortune, and fierce returns. Whether it was a surprise album drop, a viral role, or a headline-making transformation, these stars turned 2025 into their comeback year, and we're breaking down how they did it. Let's get into it. 10. Lindsay Lohan, a rom-com renaissance after a decade of setbacks. Lindsay Lohan returned to the genre that made her famous, and this time, she didn't miss. Her 2025 romantic comedy Unexpectedly Yours became the surprise hit of the spring. Not only did the movie top streaming charts and draw packed theaters, but critics actually praised Lindsay's performance as mature, magnetic, and effortlessly funny. This wasn't some nostalgia stunt, this was a true evolution. She walked red carpets with grace, handled press with poise, and proved that her star power never truly faded. In a world obsessed with redemption arcs, Lindsay's was the one that felt the most real. 9. Jesse McCartney, viral all over again. Just when the world had almost forgotten his voice, Jesse McCartney delivered a TikTok anthem that reignited his music career. Echoes wasn't just a catchy throwback, it became a cultural moment. The single racked up tens of millions of streams, with Gen Z discovering him and millennials screaming, "We told you he was underrated." Capitalizing on the momentum, Jesse dropped an EP and went on a nostalgic mini tour. His unexpected cameo in a popular Netflix teen series further sealed the deal. From pop star to punchline and back to chart topper, Jesse's comeback hit all the right notes. 8. Iggy Azalea, independent and unbothered after a chaotic exit from the mainstream music scene, Iggy Azalea spent the last few years building her own empire, and in 2025, it finally paid off. She dropped Venom Couture, an independently released EP with biting lyrics, flashy visuals, and a sound completely her own. More than the music, her fashion line and unapologetic interviews made headlines. She clapped back at critics, owned her story, and leaned into her outsider status. Without label constraints or media manipulation, Iggy found her voice, and her audience came roaring back. 7. Joe Jonas, solo and stronger than ever. 2025 was the year Joe Jonas stepped out of the shadows. Following his high-profile split with Sophie Turner and the Jonas Brothers hiatus, Joe released his solo album Reflection, a deeply personal journey through heartbreak, self-growth, and starting fresh. Fans were surprised by the rawness of the lyrics and how different the sound was from anything he'd done before. His intimate documentary that followed the album revealed the emotional toll of public relationships and reintroduced him not as a pop heartthrob, but as a man finding peace in pain. Joe didn't just return, he redefined himself. 6. Cameron Diaz, her triumphant return after nearly 10 years away from the screen. Cameron Diaz made the bold decision to return to acting, and fans couldn't be happier. Her role in the 2025 film Chasing Daylight reminded everyone why she was once Hollywood's most bankable star. She brought comedy, charm, and an unexpected depth to the film, earning her early awards buzz. What made her comeback so epic wasn't just the performance, it was the fact that she came back on her own terms. No overexposure. No gimmicks. Just talent. The industry took notice, and suddenly, everyone was talking about Cameron Diaz again. 5. Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, a creative explosion. Donald Glover pulled off a rare double comeback in 2025. Musically, he dropped a boundary-pushing album titled Black Saturn, a genre-blending project that mixed funk, experimental rap, and Afrofuturism. Critics hailed it as revolutionary, and fans called it a return to the surreal brilliance of Awaken, My Love. Simultaneously, Glover debuted a self-directed sci-fi film at Sundance that quickly sold to a major studio. The film, dripping with symbolism and social commentary, proved that he's not just a performer, he's a visionary. After a few quiet years, Donald Glover reminded the world he doesn't just follow trends, he creates them. 4. Megan Fox, raw, real, and respected. Megan Fox has long been underestimated, but in 2025, she flipped the narrative. Her starring role in the psychological thriller Glass Cage shocked critics with its intensity and vulnerability. She shed the over-sexualized roles of the past and delivered a nuanced performance that had fans and filmmakers alike re-evaluating her range. But it wasn't just the movie. Megan opened up in a brutally honest interview about mental health, being objectified, and healing after toxic relationships. Her transformation into a symbol of resilience felt powerful, and deeply overdue. Megan isn't just a comeback story, she's a reclamation. 3. Shawn Mendes. From silence to spotlight. In 2022, Shawn Mendes canceled his tour due to burnout and mental health struggles. In 2025, he returned not just to music, but to the world, with a vulnerability that resonated globally. His documentary Heart Interrupted gave fans an unfiltered look at his journey, and his new album Pulse delivered the emotional catharsis they had been waiting for. The record topped charts across multiple countries, and his comeback tour was labeled one of the most heartfelt performances of the decade. Mendes didn't rush back, he healed first. And that made all the difference. His story became a blueprint for healthy fame, and true artistic revival. 2. Britney Spears. The Queen's return. After years of headlines, court battles, and online speculation, Britney Spears took control of the narrative in 2025, and did it her way. She dropped a memoir and an album simultaneously, both titled Free, and both brutally honest. Her book was raw and emotional, detailing the pain of her conservatorship, while her album mixed defiance with glittering pop brilliance. Then came the VMAs. In a surprise appearance, Britney performed Phoenix, a power ballad that brought the crowd to its feet and had social media in tears. This wasn't just a performance. It was a resurrection. Britney reminded us all, you can't cage royalty forever. 1. Keanu Reeves. The return of the legend. Number 1. The man who never needed a scandal or a meltdown to trend, Keanu Reeves. Though he'd been away from the big screen for a bit, his 2025 starring role in Neon Crossroads was nothing short of iconic. Blending cyberpunk, western, and noir, the film was bold, gritty, and deeply emotional, and critics said it was the best performance of his career. But the comeback wasn't just cinematic. Keanu also quietly donated millions to indie filmmakers, mentored rising actors, and reminded Hollywood what humility looks like. He doesn't chase fame. He earns reverence. And that's what makes his comeback feel legendary. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.